Alright, and we're good. Let's just see. Okay, that works. Need to crank up my desktop audio. We're doing something new. Democracy 3. Since my channel is supposed to have a political bent, why not play an inherently political game? That's if it will run. I've had some problems with it lately, so let's see if it plays nice. Will it play? Will it play? Oh my god. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna disable some mods. We're gonna play vanilla. What is up with this? What is going on with this resolution? Hold on, I'm trying to fix this. Oh, that's what's going on. Come on. There. Cool. So, I'm gonna turn on capital. And we're gonna have mods. So, let's see. I think these are fine. I thought I had a tax mod. Whoop. Oh, you need to restart. That's fair. So obviously you need to play as Canada. Why not? Let's go full LARP and do a socialist party versus the conservative. Why not? This is really bad. Okay. Fair. What are we working with? It's got 23 political capital. Those are problems we've got. So the first thing we got to do, topical, is I can't. Bam. Somehow the conservatives really like this apparently, and it makes violent crime worse. Okay, so we're not gonna do that just yet. What's this? Antisocial behavior. So let's try that. That'll probably... Oh, only 7. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Contagious disease. Oh, we need more funding on those scientists. Yeah. Get rid of that. Yeah, let's get some funding in here. I have a 9% approval rating. Okay, let's try and change that. Let's make people happy. Okay, so a $17 billion deficit for this quarter. That's actually pretty bad. Let me see if I can get some stuff going. Can I cancel this, please? No subsidies. And I'm basically already out. Yeah, damn it. Oh, hello. Thanks, guys, you're too kind. Arnie, thanks for the follow. And King Canadian, welcome. As Mr. Breen already noted. Oh, hi, Haley. How you doing? Thanks, Bo Flash, for the follow. We're just playing some Democracy 3 while I try to get riled up enough to talk about some U2T. I was going to talk about Shane Dawson, and I think once we do that, I'm going to transition to just chatting. But for now, I'm trying to pull my own strings a little bit, trying to get into the moment by playing an inherently political game. So let's go. Oh, what? Democracy 3 does that too. Okay. I guess we know what game I'm not streaming very often. I hate games that do this. I only have... Okay, you know what? We're going the next quarter. Hi, Ricardus. Children's food. Nah. Libertarian here. 13% approval. Still got a crime problem. $19 billion deficit for this quarter. I love it. I love it. Hi, Finn, really. Thanks you guys for the raid. I really appreciate it. How's my Sunday going? Pretty good. Pretty good. I can't really complain. How's your Sunday going? How's all your Sundays going? Oh, I can't even touch this. The political capital system, I swear. It's no bueno. Abortion law on demand. That's good. I want to keep it that way. Oh, you're doing the thing. Thanks. Not too bad. Just sucks that tomorrow's Monday. I know what you mean. I only have 9 capital. Like, these important policies take up so much. What can we do here? Child benefit? Bam. Let's make people happy. Oh yeah, okay. Apparently, my deficits are really bad. But people are getting happier. So let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. Let's piss off the religious people and legalize prostitution. That seems fine. Just lower the legal drinking age just a little bit. Ricardus, thanks for the follow. Hold on a second. Ah, I forgot. I forgot it did that. And I think that meets my follower requirement for affiliation. I just need, I need the average viewership. That's all I need. I'm almost there. So close. But so far. Oh, okay. So to lower it only takes 9. So that's fine. but I only have one left, so let's move to the next quarter. Thanks, Haley. But sure. Eye on the final Scotty. Thanks, Arnie. You guys are too kind. It's the final step, but it seems like easily the hardest step. Okay. So why don't we do a cabinet reshuffle? So I'm looking for foreign policy. Sure. You can, yeah. Okay, I need a new welfare minister. Who wants welfare? Oh, you're a good guy, but I'll have you on like economy or something. But there was this dude who wanted, oh, liberal in parents, and you want welfare? Good. And this socialist over here, boom, you got economy. This joker over here sympathizes with ethnic minorities and conservatives. Bullshit, you do. Nuh-uh, not, I don't, I think not. Liberals and ethnic minorities? Sure, I'll take you. Public services. You know what, fine. Law and order. Fine, give it to you. Shit, I hate this. I hate the last ones. Okay, you want transport and you're an environmentalist, okay. Cool, I'll take it, why not? Now what else can I do? Homelessness? Best believe I'm raising all this shit on public housing. Yeah-huh. We're only at 4 now? Next quarter. So how's my cabinet doing? Capital per turn 25? Thanks. It's better than last time. Ba-bam. Oh, fuck. Okay. Fine. Is there anything I can do? Can I put clean energy subsidy? Damn straight. What can I do with 30? Alright, now what can I do with 23? Cool. Can I do anything with 10? Sounds fair. Let's go. Okay, I can't do much with that now. I have a drug addiction problem. Why? But we're almost at 50% approval. Let's keep going. With the freedom! I don't care about those deficits. Crank them up, man. If it means we get elected again, I don't care. Let's do it. Crank out the deficit spending. Oh, we need some new policies. Let's get some ideas. Foreign policy, no language learning things. Okay, damn it. Let's do it. And let's do community policing. Why not? Let's do that, and then we'll, in the next quarter, we'll get rid of the fucking actual police. Defund the police. Let's do it. And we're at 55% approval. That's right. I thought so. Now we're getting rid of the fucking police. See this police force? You're gone. You're gonzo. Bye-bye. Boom. Bye-bye. Wiretapping? Nah, I want to cancel this policy. 16 to cancel. And what about the police? 8. Oh, you can't cancel the police. What about the cameras? 28 to cancel? Damn right. Okay, so let's get rid of... Let's get rid of the wiretapping. Boom. Gonzo. Armed police? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, we're getting rid of you first. Oh, I don't have enough... Oh, fuck. Okay. Intelligence services? Can't... Oh. Uh-uh. Getting rid of that shit. Can you get rid of this? That's right. No cameras. You guys are free. Gambling? Oh, I can't even touch that. Obesity? Come on. Anything like bullshit, I got a brain drain. Fuck you. Oh my god, already? Shit. Oh no, my popularity's gone down. Nah! What can we do? What? Oh shit, it's election time. Okay. Well, that was fun. I only got one term. Let's quit. Let us transition. Okay. Let's transition into something else. What was I doing? Oh my god, what was I doing? What was I doing? Okay. Let's talk about this, since the whole internet is. This is, Mr. Shane Dawson, who seemed to want to get ahead of the curve by apologizing for things that he did. Before, yeah, Arnie, we're doing the YouTube tea. Yeah, he seemed to want to get ahead of the curve and apologize for things that he did before he was officially canceled for it. And he did. He pulled off something truly lovely here. He made an apology video so bad that he was canceled for it based on the horribleness of its content. Now, it wasn't explicitly that... hold on a second. Okay. It wasn't that there was explicitly anything truly offensive in the video itself. It's just how it was put together. So I'll fully admit I've already watched this, but why don't we, instead of me trying to remember what was in it, why don't we just take a little while and go through it.
Hi. If you've been watching me for a while, then you know that I have done a lot of things in my past that I hate, that I wish I could make go away, that I try to make go away by deleting videos or untagging my Instagram things, or literally doing whatever I can to pretend like those things didn't happen. Because yes, I apologize for a lot of them, but I'm 31, almost 32. Those apologies suck. I don't know who that person is anymore. Every apology video I've ever made has been from fear. It's me sitting at home thinking the whole world hates me, and crying and hyperventilating, and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry, and then hoping people know I'm a good person, and then it'll go away. And that is stupid. That is something that a child does, not something that a 31-year-old man does. That's not good. Right now is very much a time of wanting people to be accountable, wanting punishment for people, and I agree. And that's why I'm making this video. I saw Jenna Marbles' video, and it really inspired me, and felt like a sign from the universe that I want to do this. So this
is the first thing I found really interesting, that he mentions Jenna Marbles. Now, in case you didn't know, oops. I think I need to reintroduce the penalty for links, just based on that. So that's what we're gonna do. Or at least going to purge. Nah. That's not happening. Anyway, now this shit is trending. What was the video called? Let's just see if it's still there. A message, okay. So, yeah, Jenna Marbles posted this video wherein she apologized for some questionable things she did, made like nearly a decade ago. And the thing about this video is that it's
so I get it.
very genuine. Maybe I have a bit of a bias, but Jenna comes across to me as a genuine person who genuinely wants to do the right thing. I mean, she's been famous for a very long time, and I feel like she has not exactly flaunted that fame in any sense. I mean, she didn't try to make any excuses here. She admitted things that she did, and she even addressed things that nobody was talking about. Like, where is it?
Made that. Period. The next thing I would like to apologize for is a video that I posted in 2012 and made private shortly thereafter. This was one of the hardest years of my life, and I made a video that came across unbelievably slut-shamey.
I didn't see that.
Said in that video, and that video has been private for a long time. It does not reflect my attitude. Feel bad about yourself or your choices or anything. Here's another thing I'm sorry for. I'm also sorry for, I used to make a lot of content about like what girls do and what guys do, and I know at the time there are a lot of people that enjoyed those videos, but I have privated all of them because I don't think that making jokes about your gender is funny. And I know that there's a lot of people that struggle with their identity and that have varying fluid identities or anything, and I just don't want content in the world that's like, I don't know, just doesn't make sense. You know, it doesn't make sense. It can be.
As far as I know, no one was even coming after her for this. She privated those videos and apologized for it entirely of her own volition because she thought it was wrong. And that, to me, demonstrates a degree of character. Now, she did this in response to some people coming after her, and this comes across to me, not that it's really my place to determine the quality of this apology, but this comes across to me as, I'm going to use the word again, genuine. And at the end of it, she decides that she's, quote, moving on from her channel. And her partner, Julian Salamita, is apparently taking a break from the channel, and they don't know if they're going to continue with their Twitch. This was made entirely of her own volition. I believe that she could have continued with her career if she really wanted to, but she didn't. And, you know, I'm hopeful that, you know, she comes back from this. You know, people usually do. But this is how it stands now. Cut back to Dawson over here. Ooh, that's a spicy meme. Not quite spicy enough for my taste anyway. But, anyway. He watches Jenna's video, which is entirely about herself and the stuff that she has done and what she intends to do about it. And he looks at her trending and he's like, I'm going to put myself in this. This is my time to do something. And of course, it kind of did exactly what he said. He knocked her off the trending page, and now it's all about him and Star. this kind of seems like a plea for attention. And of course, Jenna Marbles got an outpouring of support, and I think that he thought, hey, the same thing is going to happen to me. So why not, why not boost my numbers a little bit? But I could be wrong, but that's just how that came across to me. But it's going to get worse.
This video is coming from a place of just wanting to own up to my shit. Wanting to own up to everything I've done on the internet that has hurt people, that has added to a problem, that has not been handled well. Like, I should have been punished for things. I feel like this moment right now is very necessary. I'm going to apologize for a lot of things that I've done or said in this video, and if you don't accept the apology, that is 100% okay. And I think that's something that as I'm getting older now, I'm realizing. It's like, you can apologize, but you can't expect the other person to just forgive you. Like, that's doesn't make any sense. So I think this video for me is more about just saying everything I want to say and ways that I want to help be a part of a change and not be a part of a problem, which is what I've been a part of. So I'm going to start with all the racism that I put onto the internet as an adult, not a child. I was at least 20 when I started YouTube, and I made the decision to play stereotypes of black people or Asian people or Mexicans or pretty much every race. I made that decision. I said, oh, this is funny, and I put it on the internet. Now, years later, I look back at that, and I've talked about this before, but when I say I hate that person, I mean it in the most intense way possible. I hate that person so much. That person was filled with sadness, filled with anger about their own issues, in the closet, constantly projecting on others, just like, I don't know, just that person is someone who I don't like seeing. And I think that's why I've been avoiding this, because I'm like, no, I already apologized. I don't want to go back. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it. Mute it on Twitter, untag it on my Instagram. Like, I just don't, I hate that person so fucking much. Okay, so sorry. So first, let's start with.
I think this is the start of the trend we're going to see throughout this video, where Dawson is simultaneously really overblown with his apology and also really nonchalant and underhanded about it. Let me just prepare this. I really like this. All you have to do is Google Shane Dawson thread, and it comes up with the thread I'm looking for. So when we talk about racism, I'm gonna refer back to this thread. Credit to @MissHemlock for putting this together. Okay. When we talk about racism, we're talking about stuff like this.
Oh, nigga, bitch, monkey woman. Nigga. Big monkey woman. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, it is me, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I just want to let you know that I, Liberty Van Fett, am choosing you to be my new object of affection. You should be! Sorry, when I become Nikki, I just get so angry. Nigga, bitch. Oh, nigga, bitch, monkey woman. Nigga.
Yeah. He is very vague in this video, but it's not something that was done just once, and he just goes on about how he hates himself. He hates that person that he was so much. But in a way, what that says to me is that he views that person as a different person. And that's kind of a way of skirting responsibility for it. That I'm not that person anymore. This is not me. We are two separate people. And he even refuses to go into it, as if to say, like, why are we focusing on this now? This is done. This is not me. I am someone else. And by separating them, it skirts responsibility and, funnily enough, skirts accountability for it.
Blackface. Blackface was something that I did a lot. Like, I did it a lot on my channel. And there's no excuse for it. There's literally no excuse. I made a video 6 years ago talking about it. and I gave excuses, and I knew it was wrong, and I knew I would never wanted to do it again, but I didn't do the work. I didn't actually look into the history of it and why it's so wrong and why people were so upset. Because my excuse, I was just being funny. I love black people. I'm not racist. I was trying to be funny. All of that is stupid and wrong. And I put that onto the internet as an adult. And that is insane.
I'm just gonna check on something. I'm a little bit curious about. Can I order his videos? Sort by oldest. Oh! Okay. So all of those videos are gone. Fair enough.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to anybody that saw that and that also saw that people were lifting me up and were saying, "You're so funny, Shane. Oh my God, you're so funny." Like, I can't even put myself in that head. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be black and to see this white fucking guy do blackface and the whole internet at that time being like, LOL. That's insane. And I am so sorry. I don't know how to even fully apologize because it seems like something that is irredeemable, or I don't know the right word, but it's something that
This is also going to come up a lot. Shane Dawson wants to use very strong language such as irredeemable, and he should have lost his career for it, and also add caveats so that he cannot be called irredeemable. He doesn't want to call himself irredeemable because that would mean the end of his career. When he talks about taking accountability, it's only to a certain extent.
shouldn't even be able to get out of. I should lose everything for that. I can tell you this. I don't have hate for any race or any people with weight issues or any of that special needs. I don't have hate in my heart for anyone. But it doesn't make up for the fact that I made jokes about everyone. And some of the jokes were way too far. And I think this year specifically really changed me as a person. And I started, microaggressions, everything that they've gone through. And I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the entire world. I felt awful. And the biggest problem with me doing that and posting it on the internet was it made young people at the time who were watching me think it was okay. And that's the craziest part. It's like I've had people tell me, well, I used to watch your videos when I was a kid, and yeah, I never saw anything wrong with that. And that is scary because it made me realize, oh my God, I have been a part of such a huge problem and I have just been avoiding it. And that's wrong. So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You know, that makes it okay. No, it's not okay. And it's not a funny word, especially for a...
Oh, the N-word?
My black friend was there, and, you know, that makes it okay. No, it's not okay. And it's not a funny word, especially for a white person to say. Me, as a white person, wearing a wig and playing a character and doing stereotypes and then saying the N-word is something that I should have probably lost my career for at the time.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's the other one I was talking about, where he says, I should have lost my career for this at the time. Not now, of course. Now it's different. At the time, I should have lost my career. What's the difference? He doesn't think he should lose his career now, but at the time he should have. What would be the difference? If he lost his career then or lost it now, he still wouldn't have a career at this point.
And there's no amount of apologizing that can take it away. And take away the impact it had. And take away the amount of people that have been hurt by that. Or have felt like I was just, another white guy who can get away with everything. When I really looked into the history of blackface, I looked into it years ago. And it obviously disgusted me, made me sick. I felt awful. But even at that time, I still was being ignorant. And I was saying in my head, well, but I didn't do that. You know, I was playing Wendy Williams or I was playing a character. That justification, that is wrong. I mean, I've watched so many videos on the history of blackface and how it was created to make fun of black people. to make them feel less than. And the fact that I, in some way, was a part of that, like the fact that the word blackface now will forever be attached to me, that's the level at which I have been lately. Just feeling very awful about myself, about what I did, about the jokes I've made, about the videos I've made, and wanting to disassociate from that person, but I can't. Now, there was one person who really tried to get through to me for a long time, and her name is Cheska Lee. And probably 7 years ago, she's a YouTuber, and she tweeted me, and we got into fights back and forth, and my audience at the time was saying racist things to her, and it was so toxic, and I'm so sorry, and it's so gross, and there's no amount of apologizing for it. And I think I was taking everything as an attack, which is so stupid. Like, looking back, that is stupid. I was taking it as an attack. Like, I'm not racist, leave me alone, I'm not racist. And, you know, it's like, okay, but look what you're making, Shane. Like that, I don't know how I didn't see that. That is scary, and I'm sorry. But one of my biggest problems was thinking that criticism is being attacked. Somebody's telling me that I did something wrong, I'm going to go on the defensive. And that's not a good way to live, and it's not a good way to grow and change and actually help people. So speaking of Francesca, there is something on Twitter right now that people are sharing, and I got a text about it today, and my heart completely broke, and it was from my podcast from 5 years ago. Now, in the clip, I am talking about, the segment was about murder fantasies. Like, is there somebody that you really hate or you're mad at? And, you know, have you ever fantasized about murdering them? And how would you do it? Stupid, gross, awful, something I would never talk about now. That podcast is a source of so much awful shit for me, so many regrets for me. And I loved a lot of those moments, but a lot of them were like, what do we do to make it crazier? How do we make things more insane? How do we make it more shocking? Like Howard Stern. Like, it just got to a point where I'm happy it ended, because I wasn't even myself. I don't even know who I was at that point. Anyways, so in the segment, I started talking about, figuratively murdering someone. And it was insane and gross. Now, she believes, and a lot of people believe, that I was talking about her. And I can say, if I had a Bible, I would put my hand on it. I can say, without a doubt, hand on a Bible, that was not about Francesca Lee. That was about another woman. Not that it makes it okay, because it doesn't. Talking about anybody like that is crazy, especially a woman. But it was about a white woman. And the ironic part is that woman was just trying to get through to me too. Like, she was just trying to explain to me why what I was making.
I don't know. There's something about this that really rubs me the wrong way. How he was so groveling and apologetic about the blackface shit. And that isn't to say that you shouldn't be groveling and incredibly apologetic about having done blackface. I mean, just look at the Prime Minister of Canada. But I feel like describing your murder fantasy is a little bit different from that. That goes beyond being offensive and racist. That's just fucking scary. And as he said, to say that about anyone is really fucking scary. And, he did kind of gloss over that. Maybe I'm being nitpicky here, but it just feels to me as though he glossed over that fact. Frankly, with even what he mentions in this video, I'm surprised he still has a career, but let's keep going.
On the internet was hurting people. It was at a time when I was making a movie, and I was constantly on the defensive. I felt attacked all the time, which is stupid. I shouldn't have felt like that. And it got so bad that, I don't know, it almost made me want to make the jokes crazier, to make everything crazier, almost like as a, screw you, I'm just gonna make it crazier. And that's one reason it's hard for me to watch that movie, because I would never make a movie like that now. Ever in my whole life. There were so many offensive jokes in it that were so cheap and shitty and stupid. And there was a woman involved who was constantly giving me criticism and telling me that I needed to stop making so many offensive jokes. And the reason I was so upset wasn't just because of that. There's so many other reasons. I mean, this person really tried to, I don't know, there was a lot. They tried to ruin my relationship. It was a lot. I had a lot of anger for this person. So that anger is gone, by the way. It's all gone. and I'm so sorry to her, and I'm sorry to Francesca, and I should have never talked about anybody like that ever. And that's the other thing, the podcast, I mean, there's so many clips that people are bringing up. So there's a clip that has been going around again. A few years ago is when it came out, and they cut out all the parts where I said, pedophilia is disgusting, and they put it together, and it made it seem like I was, talking about how it's normal. So gross, I would never say that. But also, I shouldn't have been joking about it anyways, which is my problem, my fault.
Uh-oh, he's getting into the pedophilia accusations. Before I go off, let me see if he goes any further with this, because I don't remember.
So I'm sorry if you heard that. There's also other ones too. I mean, and that's something I have addressed before, but my childhood, my past, I've had a lot of pain. I've had a lot of bad things happen to me. I've had a lot of issues with my family. And I took that pain and I turned it into jokes. And I think instead of joking about them so much, I probably should have just went to therapy earlier and talked about them. I swear on my life, I am not somebody who would ever talk about a child, like in seriousness. I would never talk about a child in any way that was inappropriate. That is disgusting. That is gross.
Uh-oh, let's get into it. Okay. This is a very useful thread. I'm very thankful that it exists. Now he mentioned the caveat in seriousness. Okay, so that leaves it pretty open-ended. There are certain things that you can say about a child or to a child that it really makes no difference whether you were serious or not. It is just as disgusting either way. So let's go through some of those things.
Oh,
here we go. She's moving fun as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that?
I love you too. Can you twerk for us? I know twerking isn't.
Hi. So the point where somebody shows something too far. Oh yeah, of course. His bestest friends, they're gonna stick on his side, because that's what you do when you have cojones in the industry.
Insane.
Oh, I love you too.
Oh, I love you too. No, shut up and twerk. Maybe she can't hear us. Give it.
Okay.
Twerk for us.
Oh,
here we go. She's
Sean.
moving fun as that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell her to show herself.
Stop it, Shaylee. Yeah.
Okay, so that's fun. So it really wasn't just a joke here. He actually made a child do a thing. So there's this really widespread. I'm not going to
First
play
of
the full
all,
thing.
how does a 5-year-old, 6-year-old know what Instagram is? Which is terrifying. Second of all, 6-year-old girl goes, oh, how many... Her dick was almost as big as mine.
Really?
And I said, okay, little big dick, why do you have so many followers? And she goes, oh, I'm a cheerleader. And I'm like, oh, really? And she shows me her Instagrams, which are like... First of all, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but like, she's like sexy.
Yeah. That's no good, but at the very least, he has this shred of plausible deniability of it being a joke. It was just something he said. But here's the reason that Jaden Smith and what's her name, Will Smith's wife, went after him.
I'll whip your hair. Oh, Willow. Oh, I'll whip your hair back and forth. Oh.
Yeah,
Willow.
some edgelord shit there.
Damn. Oh. Time to see some hot, sexy bitches wearing my Hot Topic shirts. Damn. Oh. If I Justine wasn't watching, I would rape all of you. Alright, you guys. Alright, now time to see some hot...
I should probably... There. There's the bestiality shit, but I don't really care as much about that, if I'm honest with you. I don't like the way this video is formatted, so I'm just gonna leave that alone. It's ableism. That's... Okay.
Look at you. Where'd you get your pants at? Look, it's like little Shanae. H&M? Girl, ooh, that sounds dirty. That sounds rough. H&M.
Good job, Lucy. But next time, shake your titties more. And you, take off the jacket and show more. And Lucy, I checked my statistics, and I have a lot of child molesters watching, so can you please eat a cocktail weenie? Do it slow. Oh.
Oh, I like that chocolate, that weenie. Ooh, it tastes so good.
Do like an Asian, like. Okay, give her a lap dance.
All you ladies like this.
Ooh, she's getting crazy with it.
My head, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
So just based on that, let's go back here and take this back like a few seconds.
Life. I am not somebody who would ever talk about a child, like in seriousness. I would never talk about a child in any way that was inappropriate. That is disgusting. That is gross. It is not.
Are you sure about that? But we can move on for now.
Not something I would ever do. It is something for everyone, not just my family. That wasn't, I posted like a stupid, weird family moment for everyone. I'm so sorry that I just was so thoughtless with things I was posting for so many years. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I thought, oh, I'm in a weird category where I can say whatever I want. And I did. And now it's the biggest regret of my entire life. All of it. Now, even though my apologies in the past for all of these things have not been good enough, they've not been thought out, they've been very fear-based, they've been not good at all. I do want to say, since I've apologized for those things in the past, I have made a lot of changes in my life, changes in just every facet of me has changed. I'm not just saying it, I'm not just saying, oh, I'm gonna stop doing that, guys. I did stop doing that. I stopped doing that stuff years ago. I don't use any racial slurs in my life. I've never used a racial slur in anger, ever in my life. That is not me. That has never been me. I am not a hateful person. I am somebody who took jokes too far and was really, really, really stupid and inappropriate. So all of those apologies, if you accept them, thank you. If you don't, I 100% understand, because there was a lot. And a lot of that is stuff that you probably will never forgive me for. And maybe you didn't know about all those old videos. I 100% understand. I'm willing to lose everything. At this point, realizing how many people I've hurt or how many people I've inspired to say awful things or do anything awful, like to finally just own up to all of this and be accountable is worth losing everything to me. And I am not saying that as like a lie or for sympathy. I'm being honest. I want to spend
Bullshit.
the rest of my life doing things that I love with my heart, that I'm excited about, and things that aren't hurting anyone, aren't offending anyone, and I want to learn more. And I don't want to be someone who's afraid of my past. So thank you for hearing me out on all of those issues. I promise I'm going to do better to even more so educate myself, put more people on my channel that aren't just white YouTubers in trouble. Like that, I'm totally aware of how that looks. Somebody pointed that out to me a couple years ago and I got really defensive over it. And now I'm looking back going, no, they're right. They're right. If you look at my channel, it's a bunch of white people and talking about their problems. And I love a lot of those videos and I'm so proud of those videos, but you're right. I need to open up what I'm doing for everyone. So last week I went on Twitter and it had been about 2 weeks of me getting people constantly saying, address it, address it, address it.
Okay, so I'm gonna give some context since he's not going to. So evidently, let's see if he gives like a shred of context.
Talking
here.
about the James and Tati situation. I was just gonna ignore it, and then
Okay,
when
James and Tati situation, since he did a series with James Charles. If you didn't know, if you don't watch, I don't know, fucking Tati Westbrook or James Charles or fucking ContraPoints, who also covered it. Tati Westbrook, some makeup mogul, accused, so to speak, Charles of being a sexual predator in a now deleted long-ass video that was mostly about how betrayed she felt for him endorsing another brand of vitamin gummies over hers. But in it, she dropped little tidbits about him being a so-called sexual predator. The whole internet jumped on this, and Charles responded with receipts, basically disproving the claims against him, which is fun, all fine. But since Jeffree Star jumped in on it with a tweet accusing Charles of being a predator, and Shane Dawson is heavily affiliated with Jeffree Star, everyone wanted Shane Dawson to address it. So apparently he did. Deleted a whole bunch of shit. Okay, so he posted these. So welcome to the circus. My final thoughts on the beauty world. A few questions. Do I know that she would make a video? Did I tell her to make a video? No. Did I have any involvement in the video? No. Did I orchestrate it? No. Did I do any time to a series? No. Have I ever tried to ruin a career to make something? Do a track record? No. Am I innocent? Am I innocent? Wait, what? Am I innocent and don't have huge anxiety-provoking regrets about how I could have helped everyone handle everything better? No, I've had a pit in my stomach since it all happened. I fucking love this point. Because it garners so much sympathy for him. He always fucking does this. I'm too sensitive. I have so much anxiety. I can't deal with this shit. Even though he constantly affiliates himself with really controversial people who do really dumb shit. He is always too sensitive for the drama. I don't know how he's been on YouTube for like 14 fucking years and doesn't know how to be a public figure to handle some backlash. I mean, no doubt a whole bunch of backlash hurts. I mean, I mentioned ContraPoints earlier. Evidently, she slipped back into drinking after she was canceled and had to take a few months break from social media for it. But when she came back, she addressed it in a mature way, where she went over her allegations and apologized for some, explained her thought process in a way that didn't assuage her of guilt, just to eliminated a mystery about it, and apologized for some, and for some things she didn't agree with the criticisms, and that's fine. But it, you know, to be fair, it wasn't anything like what Shane Dawson is dealing with now. But what this does says I'm too sensitive for this shit is places all blame on everyone else. So what are you doing? Damn it, Twitter. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that until now. Thanks for dropping in, Haley. I really appreciate it. Anyway, huge anxiety-provoking regrets. So it's not just I have regrets about how I could have handled this situation. It's my regrets are anxiety-provoking. I'm having anxiety, guys. I'm really not doing well because of this, and it really beats me up inside that I could have just helped people more. Okay, bud. Okay, yeah, no, that has connotations that places blame on everyone but yourself. But go off, buddy. So now onto my final thoughts. Beauty world and Conspiracy Palette was one of the best experiences of my life. The series Jeffree changed my life, and I honestly don't understand how. I watched quite a bit of that series, and it was, I don't know, I didn't like it. Meg, did you like that series? The conspiracy theory, the Jeffree Star series. Yeah. Yeah, what, like an expose of the beauty world? It was just like an 8-hour ad.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun to watch because you could see like what goes into making a palette, but it wasn't fun.
Yeah. It was an 8-hour ad. Yeah, and I was gonna get into this a little bit later, but I never really liked Shane Dawson. I always thought he was kind of an idiot, and had aspirations to being a documentarian when he's really bad at it. He's a very poor researcher. I found his conspiracy videos to be really irresponsible, and kind of a lot of the time gave credence to conspiracy theories, and didn't. I don't think he put enough effort into presenting counterclaims to them. And what that ends up doing is make them seem palatable and plausible. Hold on a second. Sorry. So yeah, it makes them seem palatable and plausible. But aside from that, he did a series about Jake Paul that was supposed to be an expose of Jake Paul. It started off with, is Jake Paul a sociopath? Which, you know, for someone who has a history of ableism, was incredibly fucking ableist. I think it was in the second episode where he got Katie Morton on to read basically the diagnosis process for APD, and they were both incredibly fucking ableist about it. I could go on about how they used words like creepy and scary and gross, and Dawson at one point asked, "Do they have a heart?" And Morton's response was, "I don't think they do." And Morton is supposed to be like this good source for mental health on the internet, and has been actually sourced by actual fucking psychiatrists. But I think that one video discredits her entirely, and her defense was, well, I wasn't in a professional setting. I was kind of sitting with a friend talking about it. Which makes zero sense to me. First of all, you knew you were on camera, and you knew you were filming a documentary that was supposed to be a very real look at sociopathy, and actually asking the question of whether or not someone actually suffered from sociopathy or APD. So, bullshit. But also, even if you're speaking to a friend, do you not want to remain factual? I mean, I know if I'm talking to someone about something that's a very real thing, I still want to be as factual as possible. Because even if I'm in an informal setting, I don't want to spread bullshit. I find it really important not to spread bullshit. But you were on camera. Not only were you not with just a friend who's like a fucking nobody and they're not going to propagate anything, you were with a really famous friend. And you were also on camera. So, ableism in that series aside, he eventually abandoned the concept entirely, and gave a really half-assed apology in the next episode. And so the concept of sociopathy was completely thrown out. And it was just, okay, is Jake Paul a liar? Is he a bad person? Let's find out. And he keeps going on throughout the series about how he's going to... He's gonna hold Paul's feet to the fire. And if he ever starts spouting bullshit, he's gonna immediately call him on it. And of course, what does Paul do? He starts spouting bullshit, and Dawson doesn't call him on it. He starts spouting things that were later discovered to be bullshit, and Dawson is just too timid to call him on any of it, which is fine. You can be timid, but then don't go trying to claim that you're some expose documentary filmmaker if you can't get facts out of people, if you can't call people on lies. And what the series ended up doing was basically rehabilitate Paul and make him seem like a really good person, even though he's not. He fucking ran a scam, for fuck's sake, that defrauded people out of, $60 of their parents' money each. Hold on. Computer's being fucky for a bit. Okay. So, then he goes on to make his shitty fucking conspiracy theory documentaries, and then he goes on to make this series about Jeffree Star, which is supposed to be an expose about the makeup industry, but again, was just an 8-hour ad. And, by the way, considering his affiliation with Jake Paul and Jeffree Star, I'm going to go back to this in a bit, but Shane Dawson has a really fun habit of pretending to be poor. Where he goes to, the opulent mansions of Jeffree Star and Jake Paul and just revels in it and says, oh, I could never dream, shit like that. Where he puts himself in the shoes of the viewer to make himself seem relatable to them, even though he's a multimillionaire who barely has to work to make more money than he'll ever need to survive in his entire lifetime. But anyway, beauty gurus who are always involved in scandals are all the fucking same. They are all attention-seeking, game-playing, egocentric, narcissistic, vengeful, two-faced, ticking time bombs ready to explode, and I'm over it. Yes, they are talented, creative, smart, and love makeup, but they also try to decide way to paint yourself in a particular light. And I will never engage in that. That is a game they know. Yes, Jeffree is in that list of dramatic gurus, and he would admit that, and he will always be family to me. And I love him despite those characteristics. He's very aware of the fact that I don't agree with him. Blah 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 blah. But for me, it is amazing and is outweighed by the bad. I can't have a pit in my stomach every day waiting for the next scandal or the next exposed video. It's going to give me health issues. And I'm done caring about it anymore. I've never been involved in drama with another YouTuber ever. Okay. Never been involved in drama with another YouTuber ever, and the second I decided to do a beauty series, boom, I'm in a hurricane. What the fuck did you expect? So, did I plan Dramageddon? Are you serious? No. Do people in the YouTube world come to me like a grandpa and tell me their problems and ask me for advice? Yes. Is it easy for me to get wrapped up in something potentially toxic if I think someone I love is hurting or upset? Yes. It's an issue I need to work on, and I've been working on. I love the way he frames this. Is that, his problem is that he's just too caring. He's just too good a person, and he needs to back off of it a little bit. It's just, oh, someone I love is hurting, and I need to help them, and sometimes it just gets me into a rough spot. That's always how he fucking frames it. Is that either he's mentally ill and he can't handle this shit, or he's just too good a person. When she told me I was in person, I had the same reaction the world did when they saw her video. I felt awful, and she seemed broken, so I tried to be there for her and be someone she could talk to about it. So I was shocked when she decided to make a video. Was I shocked? When Taddy read his ass for fucking filth? What? Yes, I wasn't acting. I didn't know it was going to be that intense. Looking back, I still believe her on a lot of what she said and believe she felt it was what she needed to do at the time. Does she regret it? Probably. Does it mean we should see James as some poor, innocent, sweet angel? No. Don't get it twisted. Him and Jeffree have always been at the top of the dramatic guru list, and I mean that with love. Did I warn James about the video? No. Why? For reasons I will never discuss. We've spoken privately on it, and that's that. Do I think James is the devil? No. Do I think he was a young, egocentric, power-hungry guru who needed to be served a slice of humble pie in the size of the fucking Empire State Building? Yes. Yeah, has he grown? It really seems like it. Yeah, people really need to go through like suicidal despair in order to grow as people. I think that's enough of that. So he deleted everything. Blah blah blah. I'm too sensitive for this shit, and I'm done. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna play the victim on that, but then he's gonna address it again here.
Oh, Shane mastermind the whole thing. It didn't sit well with me because it's not true. So when I finally addressed it, I wrote this Twitter note, which was such a mistake. I wrote it I had a restock for the conspiracy collection, and I woke up and I felt really weird. Like, we had been pushing the restock for so long that we finally had to do it. And when I woke up and it was out, I just felt so weird. I felt so guilty. I didn't want to I couldn't enjoy it. I didn't want to enjoy this restock when there's something that I haven't addressed that people are really, really upset at me for it. So I sat down and I wrote that essay, which I wrote it to be funny. It didn't come across that way. It came across very angry.
Of course it did.
Which it was, but it was also supposed to be funny. It just was a huge miss in every single way. So the part of the Twitter note that I regret more than anything in my life was the part where I said that James deserved a slice of humble pie the size of the Empire State Building. I only want to talk about this situation with love because I feel like that note had so much anger in it. It was just not good. And so I'm going to come at this situation by first apologizing. I'm sorry, James. I'm really sorry. First of all, nobody deserves what happened. Nobody. The whole internet ganging up on someone. Nobody deserved that. And who am I to say that somebody needs to be humbled? Me. Like, who am I to say that? I literally have put so much hate onto the internet over my last 15 years of YouTube world. Like, I have put so much shit, and I'm sitting here like, well, because I changed and because I'm nice and this and that, like, yeah, you need to be humbled. It's like, that sucks. I hate that. That was so immature and gross, and I'm so sorry. And I know a lot of people were saying that, well, why did you say you're leaving the beauty community? You were never in it. And you're right. I don't know why I said that. That was stupid. I was never in the beauty world because a lot of the beauty people that I watch, and I'm not just saying that, I think a lot of people think I'm lying when I say I really love the makeup world and I'm really invested in it. I'm not lying. For the last year, I've been watching beauty channels every day. My whole homepage is just beauty channels, and it's smaller ones. So to know that I hurt those people who aren't problematic and who just love makeup and who have been working their ass off for years, for me to shit on that, I am so sorry. Also, I'm aware of how hypocritical it is for me to say I'm above this tea and drama channels and drama, and I'm not like that, and that is so stupid. It's so dumb. At that moment, I was so upset with certain things. It was just me being upset. And it is hypocritical. I mean, I watch drama videos, but when it's about me, oh, now it's a problem. Like, and I'm aware of how hypocritical that is, and I'm so sorry. This is a huge one. I'm aware that I hold my friends or people I care about to a lower standard than I hold other people. That's wrong, and I'm so sorry. I think I get attached to people who have a heart, and maybe it's covered in a lot of stuff and maybe they have a lot of issues, but I almost feel like I am attracted to other broken people who have issues, and I want to help them, I want to fix them, or I want to help people see a better side of them, and I'm aware that I'm friends.
Really? What is this shit? Like, that's exactly what I was talking about before. My problem is that I'm just too good of a person, and I just keep accepting people thinking I can change them. What the fuck is your fucking problem? No, that's bullshit. Fuck off. No. No. He's talking about, like, fucking Trisha Paytas and Jeffree Star. By the way, Trisha Paytas, I first heard of her 8 years ago when she said she was voting for Mitt Romney because he's hot. Mitt Romney, the rich evil fuck who wanted to consider corporations as people. Tapped Paul Ayn Rand Ryan as his fucking VP running mate. Yeah, she wanted to vote. She said she was voting Mitt Romney because she was hot, and her escapades only got worse from there. More recently, she came out as trans, and my attitude at the time was that it's a lot safer to presume that someone is real and they turn out not being it than to presume someone is fake and then actually being real. So I took it as read. And what I will say is that after that video, in that video she showed a great deal of ignorance about the trans community, but that's neither here nor there. Who am I to talk down on someone about the trans community? That's fine. It also never came up again, and a lot of I believe trans people had a problem with that video because of the level of ignorance she displayed in it. But, lest I be accused of misgendering, she still goes by she, her pronouns. It gets worse. She then self-diagnosed with DID, dissociative identity disorder, and said that what did she say? That sometimes she can have mood swings. And what did Trisha Paytas say that proved that she had DID? That she sometimes can be really happy and then immediately switch to like really angry or some shit like that.
The video of meeting her altar, and it was basically her eating.
Her altar was eating?
It's just her walking like a zombie, going to the fridge and eating.
No, oh my god, it was just her walking like a zombie going to the fridge and eating. That's fun.
Pretending like it's not her. Like, you know when a kid is like trying to pretend? That's what she looked like.
Yeah. And didn't she call Dissociated crazy?
Yes.
Yeah, so a very famous YouTuber with DID named Dissociated, who appeared on Anthony Padilla's channel. Yeah, Trisha Paytas referred to her as crazy. And why was that? Because she has DID? Did you give a reason why she was calling Dissociated crazy? Okay, so she was coming out as self-diagnosing with DID and then called Dissociated crazy because she has DID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's the kind of person we're dealing with. And after that, everyone distanced themselves from Trisha Paytas except for Dawson and Rylan Adams and Morgan Adams. And everyone was like, hey, what the fuck? And the only... Yeah, but Mikey and Anthony Padilla are cool. But it was on their Instagram, and Mikey will say anything on her Instagram, and that's not really special. Okay, I suppose. Anyway, so yeah, that was a big fiasco. But Dawson and his boyfriend and his boyfriend's sister, they never said a fucking thing about it. This is the first very vague allusion to that, and it's because he attracts broken people. What's this? Yeah. Because he attracts broken people, and he wants to fix them. Come on. Like, you're friends with a person who perpetuates really harmful stereotypes, and you can't even, like, address it? Can't even, like, be like, hey, you can't be in my videos for a while because what you did was really fucked up. No, just go on like nothing happened. Don't even fucking address it, and just say, I attract broken people. Fuck off, dude.
With some people that, you know, have done some bad things on the internet, and I don't condone it, and I don't co-sign it, and that is something that I've always addressed with them privately. I'm ready to own up to this stuff, and I'm ready to hopefully show you guys that it's okay to admit when you're wrong. It's okay to be upset at your past self for making mistakes, but also it's okay if people don't want to accept your apology, or if people don't want to support you anymore. That's okay too, and I understand. If you watching this video right now feel that way, please, like, I don't ever want you to feel like I'm forcing you to forgive me. That is not what I want to do, and I promise that I'm going to show you through my actions, and I promise that whatever I do next will be putting good into the world, and it won't be putting hate or drama or anything negative, and I'm going to stick by that. So thank you for...
Okay, yeah. So here's what makes me, I shouldn't say this, but here's what makes me enjoy this so much, is that the internet has spent so much time sucking Shane Dawson's dick. And I remember, like, overhearing someone talking about how Shane Dawson makes some of the best content on YouTube, and I died a little inside when I heard that. Because Dawson's content isn't very good. Most of his videos are the same. He's either doing some shitty documentary that ends up rehabilitating a disgraced figure, or flaunting someone else's wealth, which is what he usually does when he visits Jeffree Star. I mean, holy fuck. It's all about how fucking rich Jeffree Star is and how he has infinite money. Or he's just, like, screaming and laughing with his boyfriend. That's basically his entire channel. I've never thought Dawson was a good content creator. I always thought he handled research and topics very irresponsibly. I thought he was kind of an idiot who delves into topics he had no business delving into and was way too timid to do what he wanted to do, but he did it anyway. And then, of course, he disgraces himself by making the worst apology video of all time, where he doesn't really take accountability for anything. If you notice, there were a few times where he's like, she destroyed my relationship, but that's neither here nor there. Or people took this out of context, but it was bad to say anyway. Where he says that kind of shit. That's not taking accountability. That is making excuses. And he doesn't even take accountability for the worst of it. He vaguely glosses over everything. And that's what I mean when I say it was underplayed, but simultaneously overblown, because the language he uses is, I should have lost my career, I should have been cancelled, it's alright, and it's okay if you don't forgive me. I don't think that's true, honestly. I think he'll be very upset if people haven't taken this to heart, but I think he's very upset about it, if I were to delve into a bit of conjecture. Because I think saying it's okay to not forgive someone is a ploy to assist in the forgiveness process, where people say, oh, he's so humble, you have to forgive him. Nah. Fuck right off. I don't know how this man still has a career. If Jenna Marbles, with all her principles, walked away from her YouTube channel because of things she did 9 fucking years ago that weren't good, but you can survive them, how the fuck is Dawson still here? And what gives anyone the impression that he's at all genuine in his intentions? I've never trusted how he presents himself as, like, this poor little pleb who also struggles, when he, like, has tons of revenue streams, including most recently the fucking makeup collaboration he did with Jeffree Star that sold like nobody's business. Nah. I don't take Dawson as genuine. I think he's often very calculated, but just isn't very good at his calculations. Let me get that Book of Troubled Birds meme up. Oh, here it is. I found it. Yeah, so this is Shane Dawson. I believe at every turn. And I'm kind of enjoying his cancellation because I thought he's handled his content irresponsibly for a long fucking time now. And I guess that's it. I didn't even go through this entire thread. It's a long thread. There's a lot of shit here, and it's very damning. So I'm going to go ahead and link this in chat. Very good thread. Did I retweet it? No. It's a good. I'm gonna retweet it. And that's it. I think I'm good. I think I've done what I wanted to do. Alright, and honestly, I think that's enough for now. Thanks to everyone who joined. It's a bit of a short one, but that's fine. That's fine, I'll do a longer one another time, perhaps midday. So, yeah. Thank you to everyone. I'll see you soon.